A TMC headline. Bruce Willis isn't letting anything green grow under his feet unless it's money. After filming Die Hard 2, the busy boy will pair with Isabella Rossellini in Europe for a thriller titled Hudson Hawk.
Take a look at a preview of a movie now playing in theaters around the country.
He raised me. He was my mom, he was my dad, my best friend. We never had any secrets.
You know nothing. The more we love them, the less we know about their lives.
United States of America versus Michael J. Laszlo.
This is a mistake. You got the wrong Michael J. Laszlo.
Like hell we do.
That's not your grandpa. I didn't kill anybody or hurt anybody.
He wants me to represent him.
You're gonna need all the help you can get.
I need to know everything about you, everything that they might know.
I've spent my whole life trying to forget what I saw. Now I have to remember.
My father is simply an innocent man who is unjustly accused.
Is this the man that you knew as Mishka?
They're accusing you of horrible things, Papa.
It's not me.
You've got the wrong man.
Is this the man?
It's not me. I didn't do this.
Weren't you a farmer, Papa?
You can't tell me that you don't have any doubts about your father.
It's not me. It's not me.
Well, what were you then?
Charlie Sheen thinks he's got a serious job, but it's really serious trouble.
You're the guys my father hired to take me to prison?
It's not a prison, it's a school,
Yeah,
right?
school mine. Are you crazy?
It's gonna be a good trip.
3 for the road. Playing Friday on the Movie Channel. Robert De Niro.
I want you to find this Nancy boy, Elliot Ness. I want him dead. I want his family dead.
Kevin Costner.
I want to hurt the man, Malone. I want to start taking the battle to him. I want to hurt Capone.
Sean Connery.
Well, what's the matter? Can't you talk with a gun in your mouth?
The Untouchables on the Sunday Star movie.
I used to be enormously ambitious as a young person. Now I can't say that I'm not ambitious. Yes, I want to keep working. I want to do things well. I want to go further. I want to... But I'm a little bit more laid back now. If things happen for me, they happen. If they don't happen, I will read my books and tend my garden.
More TMC news. Tom Hanks and wife Rita Wilson are expecting their first visit from the stork this summer. Hanks already has an 11-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter by a previous marriage. Hanks will keep himself busy before the birth by filming Bonfire of the Vanities, which begins this March.
I'm Joe Bob Briggs here with Sharon Simo, the winner of our big contest, the Any Jerk Can Host Drive-In Theater Contest. I guess you're pretty proud of yourself, Sharon, for being the #1 jerk in America, aren't you? And Sharon's come all the way down here to Texas from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, the Detroit area, to be on drive-in theater and waste a lot of the movie channel's money on room service. And it so happened that Sharon was here yesterday for the big press conference. We held it over at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport Freight Terminal to announce it, and I guess I don't even have to tell you this by now. You've probably seen it on CNN. I'm sure it was on Entertainment Tonight. We announced the continuation of the Joe Bob Briggs World Tour. That's right, we're going out again in February for Phase 3, the Boonies. And right away, the people at the press conference started bombarding me for details. I can't even remember all the questions they asked. You were there, Sharon. What were some of those questions that they asked me yesterday?
Mr. Briggs, are you going to be funny this time?
Oh, yeah, that was Wanda Bodine. She was there. She asked me that. I don't pay any attention to her. What was another one of those questions?
Another one was, Joe Bob, you aren't planning to sing again, are you? The last time you sang, we had to give back some tickets.
You know, Sharon, that was really a misunderstanding. I think I've adequately explained
Well, I
that.
have a question, Joe Bob. What about the rumors that you're just too old to do this anymore? Can we expect a less energy show from you?
Okay, Sharon, good question. Sharon, I'm going to nip that one right in the bud. Yes, you can. I am older since the last tour, and the show will be much slower. But go ahead, Sharon, ask me the big question, the controversial question. I'm ready. I'm not afraid of controversy. Go right ahead.
I don't really have a question, Joe Bob.
You know, the controversial one. Sharon, you know, this is really not working, this co-host deal. Well, the question was, Mr. Briggs, will you be appearing at the Lots of Yucks Comedy Club in Kokomo, Indiana? They always ask me this question. They know this is the site of my most notorious moment on stage when I bit the head off a live gopher. You know, the gopher turned out to be the mascot of the Montrose Elementary School special education basketball team, and there were editorials in the paper, and it doesn't matter what I say about it. I say, look, they threw a gopher up on the stage, I bit its head off, I did a lot of weird stuff in those days. Are you going to hold me responsible for this one thing the rest of my life? But then the reporters, they always say, Mr. Briggs, are you aware that several of the special education students in Kokomo have gone through years of therapy by now as they attempt to relieve the horror of seeing their dead, headless pet coughed up out of a lame-brain comedian's mouth? But you know, you're in the public eye. You have to learn to deal with this kind of stuff. So I took the bull by the horns, and I said, all right, no more questions about Kokomo. I haven't been invited to Kokomo. It's not on the tour. I'm here to talk about the future. And I'd be happy to field questions from every single reporter that's here today. But then both of the reporters left, and so I was stuck with you, Sharon. Not that you're not very lovely company. I enjoyed being with you.
I do have a question. Why do you do this to yourself, Joe Bob? Why do you go to sleazy nightclubs in Western Maryland and act like an idiot?
You mean we got that booking in Western Maryland? I was getting worried about that one. All right, the Joe Bob Briggs World Tour. February the 2nd, we're kicking it off in Santa Rosa, California, going on to 30 disgusting American cities, including the only time in the last 2 years that I have agreed to be on the same bill with Guns N' Roses. We're calling it the Farewell Tour. You be there, all right?
You mean this is something real? You're really going on tour?
Sharon, come over here for just a minute. I want to talk to you about your timing.
I thought you were kidding. People really pay to see your act?
Take a look at a preview of a movie now playing in theaters around the country.
This is the story we're going to tell our grandchildren.
Barbara and Oliver Rose.
Wait a minute, wait, what's your name?
Barbara!
They met great.
I love the rain.
God, I love it too.
They agreed on that.
Well, you happy?
I'm more than happy. I'm married.
This house is so beautiful. And we live here.
House, car, boy, girl, puppy, kitty. The poor bastards never had a chance.
Your crystal is lovely.
Back around.
I didn't know anything about this before I met Oliver. My mother bought her glasses at the A&P, you know, the kind with the raised...
It always starts with the little things.
And that phony laugh.
All right, maybe overdid it. Let me have it.
If love is blind...
Now I got you.
Marriage is like having a stroke.
When I watch you eat, when I look at you lately, I just want to smash your face in.
Smash my face.
I want a divorce.
You can't have one.
When a couple starts keeping score, there is no winning. It's only degrees of losing.
I am the one who found this house. I bought everything in it.
With my money. It's a lot easier to spend than it is to make it, honey bun.
You might not have made it if not for me, sweet cakes.
Never underestimate her as an adversary. Don't even talk to her.
Bitch.
Come.
Filth. The yellow areas are mine. The red areas are hers.
This seems rational to you both?
I got more square footage.
These people are going to hurt each other.
Get out of the car, hon.
And when trouble begins, it comes at you from directions you'd never expect.
We haven't passed any point of no return.
I have.
I'm sorry. I thought you were Barbara.
Michael Douglas,
Nobody who makes pate this good can be all bad.
Kathleen Turner.
That depends on what the pate is made of.
And Danny DeVito.
Sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't it?
The War of the Roses. Directed by Danny DeVito.
Hi, I'm Robert Osborn from the Movie Channel. I'd like to talk to you about a very serious problem affecting the satellite and cable TV industry and us, the viewers, signal theft. If you buy or sell video cipher descramblers or cable equipment that's been tampered with or illegally tap into cable lines, you could go to jail, pay costly fines, have your business or home raided, cause subscription fees to be raised, and more. It's a federal offense. Don't put yourself in jeopardy. Signal theft. If the deal is a steal, you'll pay.
He was recruited by a secret society to avenge society's wrongs.
I mean, that's what you're really talking about now, isn't it?
This is a wonderful country, my boy, but our legal system doesn't work the way it's supposed to.
Professional assassination. It's the highest form of public service.
Wilfred Brimley, Joel Grey, and Fred Ward scaling new heights as Remo Williams. The adventure begins. Playing Thursday on the Movie Channel. The Movie Channel makes it easy to shift your VCR into maximum overdrive because now you can record movies every night with no promotional interruptions on VCR Overnight. Saturday, tape the Creepy Creatures Marathon starting with The Blob at 12:45 a.m., 11:45 p.m. Central, followed by The Creature from the Black Lagoon and Deep Star 6. It's the easiest way ever to feed your machine a nightly dose of movies. VCR Overnight. Tape while you sleep, then watch when you want.
Was one dark night on Laxapierre, the wind she blow, 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 and the crew of the Wood Scout Julie Plante got scared and run below. For the wind she blow like hurricane, by and by she blows some more, and the scow broke up on Laxapierre, what happened from the shore. The captain walked on the front deck and walked the hind deck too. He called the crew up from the hold, he called the cook also. The cook, her name was Rosie, she come from Montreal. She was chambermaid on lumber barge on the Grand Lachine Canal. The wind she blow from north, east, west, the south wind she blow too. When Rosie cried, mon cher captain, mon cher, what shall I do? Then the captain throw the big anchor, but still the scow she drift. The crew he can't get on the shore because he lost his skiff. The night was dark like one black cat, the waves run high and fast. When the captain took the Rosie girl and tied her to the mast, and as he took the life preserve, he swept into the lake and cried, goodbye my Rosie dear, I go drown for your sake. Next morning very early, about 3:30 or 4, the captain's scow and the poor Rosie were corpses on the shore. For the wind she blows like hurricane, by and by she blows some more, and the scow broke up on Laxapierre, one up and from the shore. Good scow sailormen, take warning by that storm, and go and marry some nice French girl and live on one big farm. For the wind can blow like hurricane and suppose she blows some more. You can't get drowned on Lac St. Pierre so long you stay on shore.
Charo is getting antsy waiting for word from Motown Productions about its planned big screen biopic on Carmen Miranda. Motown purchased rights to the life story of the late Portuguese actress with Charo in mind, and it's been expected to shoot early this year, but just when, no one can say.
I think the role of an artist, to me, is to go up on the diving board and dive. And not be afraid that you might not make a perfect dive, just to dive. Otherwise, we're thinking too much about, will it make money? Will the critics like it? Will people love me? Am I great?
Few in Hollywood have taken that proverbial plunge more times in the past 20 years than writer-director Paul Mazursky. In films like Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice, Harry and Tonto, An Unmarried Woman, and Down and Out in Beverly Hills, Mazursky has passionately explored the foibles and absurdities of the human condition. And his latest, Enemies, a Love Story, continues in that same vein.
It's about a man named Herman Broder, who's played by Ron Silver. It takes place in 1949 in New York, Coney Island, the Bronx, and Manhattan. And Herman Broder is a man who has got a wife in Coney Island, a mistress in the Bronx, and finds out partway through the film that the wife he thought was dead is alive. She shows up. She survived the camps.
After all, we still have something in common. Both of you knew me when I was alive.
Why do you do this for? You lost this, friend. Not dead.
I'm not
She's
dead.
not dead.
I'm not alive and I'm not dead. The truth is, I have no claim on him. He probably always loved you. I'm sure he slept with you before me.
The novel, as you know, is written by Isaac Singer. And of course, I felt it was my obligation to see him and talk to him. He's 84 years old, and I went to Miami, to where he spends the winter in Miami, Florida. And I was nervous about it because he's got a reputation for not liking what people have done with his books up to now.